From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10. Presented by Reliance Jio. Powered by Havells. In style partner Raymond.
A soldier, a father, and a decorated army officer is tonight leading India's fight for his son, Major Aditya, and we are so proud of him. Lieutenant Colonel Karamveer Singh's piercing questions to Mehbooba Mufti in a stinging Supreme Court petition has shaken the entire nation. In my view, this is a turning point in the battle for the honor of our armed forces. Let's debate.
On Republic Day, our heroes displayed their military might on Rajpath. Their uniform, their spirit, their march made every Indian beam with pride. A day later in the valley, men like them were attacked by a violent and menacing lynch mob. These pictures are proof of the brutality unleashed on the army bravehearts. Since that day, the state under Mehbooba Mufti's rule has gone after a young army soldier, Major Aditya. Their attempt to sully him met with a forceful counter from the Indian Army.
We have responded with when we were provoked to the ultimate.
But today, in an unprecedented move, the Army Major's father, Lieutenant Colonel Karamveer Singh, who's also a decorated Army officer, has taken the fight for his son to the Supreme Court.
It's a very unprecedented move. Perhaps for the first time, a serving officer of the Indian Army has reached out to the Supreme Court to protect his son. Yes, we are talking about Major Aditya, who we stood by, who the country stands by even today.
His piercing questions shaking the entire nation.
Colonel Karamveer Singh, Major Aditya's father, is arguing that does my son's life have no value? And in the protection of his duty, and in the protection of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, if my son were to come under attack, then does he have the same rights as the police to defend himself? And if not, are you saying that my son's life has no value? Remember here, strong questions, emotional questions, questions from the heart, each question more piercing than the other out here.
For far too long, men from the armed forces have suffered. They've been heckled, they've been assaulted by pelters and insulted by politicians. But not anymore. A father's fight is the beginning of a nationwide campaign to restore the dignity of our soldiers. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
This is such an appropriate way to take on the fake human rights lobby, to take on the politicians, to take on all those pro-separatist groups. And it is so amazing, John Dayal, that you as in like your group, should be exposed by the father of a hero and by the children of heroes. So Lieutenant Colonel Karamveer Singh, represented on the program by Aishwarya Bhatti, advocate of the Supreme Court, has exposed you and asked such piercing questions that you have no answer tonight. And neither will Imamun Nabi and Syed Babar Qadri. But most incredible, most incredible, allow me to complete, please, allow me to complete. But most incredible, Sambit Patra and General G.D. Bakshi, is the fact that army kids, children of serving armed forces personnel, represented on the debate today by Preeti Gokhale, student and a daughter of Colonel Kedar Gokhale, and Prabhav Singh, student and son of Colonel Praveen Kumar, both representing their parents so strongly and have filed such a beautifully worded petition, which I must say to you, Preeti and Prabhav, and I'm an army kid myself, made me empathize with every word that you put out there. Your questions were so direct.
That makes you biased. That makes you biased.
Yes, I am biased for my country. In case you did not know, I am biased for my country.
Please change your suit. Change your dress.
I am biased for my country.
Come in army fatigue and then talk to me.
I am fine.
He has violated the law. He has killed innocent. Law will take its own course.
Don't start the hysteria.
My police is competent enough to arrest Major Aditya along with other people.
Control your hysteria. Control your hysteria and your hate tonight.
Come me in army fatigue and then talk to me.
Thank you, thank you. Now listen to me. First of all,
he has violated the law and law will take its own course.
You know something, these children here on the program today, are showing,
life have no value?
Preeti and Prabhav,
life have no value?
Preeti and Prabhav are showing so much grace.
Can this man be quiet?
Sambit, it's difficult, but I'll try. Preeti and Prabhav are showing so much grace, General Bakshi.
I will...
And you know what? I will give them the first say today. First of all, Preeti and Prabhav, I am so proud of you for what you've done and for the simplicity with which you've raised these questions. I'll go into the detail in the course of this conversation.
Had I been at their place, I would have disowned my parents if they would have been involved.
I'll tell you one thing. You have disowned your country.
Shameless.
You have sold your soul.
Shameless.
Every day, you sell your soul. You are nothing but a legal and political mercenary. You have no sense of shame. And these children can take you out. But will you stop shouting? Thank you.
You don't
General
have
Bakshi.
shame as an occupier. You don't have shame as an occupier. Thank you.
Don't get heckled by them. Preeti and Prabhav, I've read
You
your...
are the most mollycoddled and most spoiled component of this country.
Throw them out of the debate, these gaddars.
I will allow Preeti and Prabhav first to tell me. Preeti?
The most mollycoddled
are children of army personnel and they have written a complaint regarding the violation of the human rights of armed forces personnel.
I am in my national home.
And this complaint is specifically regarding the treatment of the armed forces in Jammu and Kashmir. So I will let them speak, and will you please show some basic dignity to these two children? Okay, Babar Qadri? Thank you. Please continue. Preeti, to you first and then Prabhav. This complaint of yours is in connection with the Shopian incident. I wish to know from you what made you put this complaint regarding the violation of human rights of armed forces personnel. Go ahead, Preeti. Go ahead, Preeti. Ignore this person out there who's going to keep shouting over you. Go ahead, Preeti.
We have for the longest time been witnessing videos on Republic as well as other channels on how human rights of armed personnel are being exploited. We have seen videos of a soldier who is being attacked from behind, who has been unarmed, and the protector has been left unprotected. Every time such incident takes place, there is only a one-sided approach towards what happens. The concern
Silence, please. Silence. Reduce the volume, please. Stop heckling the children. Stop heckling the children. You don't have the ability to argue without heckling her. Shame on you. Thank you. Babar, stop heckling her.
Through a petition.
Continue, Preeti. Continue, Preeti. Continue, Preeti. Continue.
You are justifying innocent killings.
Reduce the volume, please. Reduce the volume. Reduce the volume, please.
Petition, we just want to represent the concern of the human rights of the armed personnel.
Well, I'm so glad you've done so. And interestingly, Prabhav, while you put this petition out, and I hope that the very serious questions, and may I have the opportunity, actually I would want you to read out some of the points that you have raised in the course of your petition. I have it here with me. You've also quoted how under American law and under Israeli law or in New Zealand, or Australia or the United Kingdom or Turkey, if you show disrespect or violate the rights of soldiers and serving personnel, you can be thrown in jail, especially for throwing rocks and stones, for up to 15 years. Without being heckled by these two ill-mannered gentlemen in our Srinagar studio, would you please tell them what you wrote? And you know what? In Amun Nabi, if this young boy scares you, would you just be quiet and keep shut for 5 minutes while he makes his point? Thank you. Go on, Pranav. Prabhash, go on.
So, first of all, I'd like to tell him that while he calls those people shot by the Indian Army innocent, he should first of all know the fact that they attacked an Indian Army convoy in Jammu and Kashmir. They attacked an Indian Army convoy. The soldiers there were under attack. A Havaldar was hit in the head with a stone. He was unconscious. His weapon was disarmed. He was helpless.
Go on, Prabhav. Go on, Prabhav. Go on, Prabhav. Go on, Prabhav. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Retaliation was,
do not stop, Prabhav.
The retaliation was a final chance that the Indian Army had. And they, believe me, can you please stop shouting and hear me?
Go on, Prabhav. Go on. That's the way you deal with them, yeah. That's the only way to deal with them.
First of all, you should know that in Jammu and Kashmir, under Armed Forces Special Powers Act, the Indian Army has the right to use force against people who disrupt the peace process in the valley. When you see, when the army person was attacked, you showed it on the video too, he was hit in the head. The Indian Army used retaliation as a last resort. Warning was given before they went forth.
No, I'll let the children take them on. I'll let the children take them on, and I will allow Preeti to speak some sense to them right now. Preeti, go on. Preeti, go on. I want to hear you. The nation wants to hear you today, Preeti. The nation wants to hear you. Go on, Preeti.
Don't ruin his psyche.
These two children have argued so well today and so cogently that you ought to hear them and then listen back to your own voice tonight.
Stop ruining his psyche.
Preeti, go on.
Sir, do you know that
stoning
is the worst kind of punishment given to someone in many countries? And do you think that is what the protectors of the country, the people who defend us, deserve? Also, I would ask respected sir to please not to belittle our initiative, our sentiments.
Absolutely, they shouldn't, but you know what, they will do that, Preeti, because and now I'll open up the debate. And now I'll open up the debate. And Preeti, I apologize to you,
Arnab,
both of you, Preeti and Prabhav, for the poor manners, the ridiculing words,
What they have done with Kashmiris.
the verbal violence that you are suffering at the hands of these two gentlemen. I can deal with them. 1 minute. Now, Inamun Nabi and Syed Babar Qadri, you want to debate, you debate. You want to shout and heckle, then wipe that smile off your face today.
Yes.
Okay? Now we'll debate.
I'm not heckling.
Now we'll debate.
No, but
Well, I'll deal with the whole lot of you.
You are lies.
I'll deal with the whole lot of you. I wish, you know what, Babar Qadri? I wish that when my father was serving in the Indian Army, and when I was as young as those two children out there, I wish I too had written a letter out there. I wish I had written a letter saying, stop this. Well, I wish I did. And I'm damn proud of my fellow two army kids for having done that today. I just shout out for them. You can't stand their guts, and neither can you stand the guts of a hero's father today. And the fact is tonight, the only person who will stand with you on the program this evening is going to be John Dayal. He's the only person. He's the only person who'll say I'll be objective between India and Pakistan. I won't. Now hear me here. Hear me for a minute. Earlier today, G.D. Bakshi, can you please ask them to be quiet in your inimitable style? 1 minute. Aishwarya Bhatti, who is going to debate right now.
Arnab,
Aishwarya Bhatti.
I think these two people are making a joke of this discussion. Look at this idiot smiling. I mean, he's smiling like a jackass. He is smiling like a jackass. It just shows he is non-serious. He's just not serious about this debate. He's just trying to heckle children. I'd like the people of this country to see the way they have heckled children. Even you would have the basic decency to listen to a little girl. When he's talking about a father,
You are what?
Be law-abiding citizen and surrender before Kapara, please. Then talk to me. The first name is registered against you as well.
dirt of this
That's
earth.
why
You
I am
are
telling
scum.
you. They have violated the law.
Also screw your FIR. Put it where.
The fact
Let me
is,
tell you something about your FIR.
the fact
Put it
is,
where the sun.
General Bakshi, I tell you one thing, don't waste your breath on these two anymore. For a while, I'll take them off. And I want John Dayal to debate tonight with Aishwarya Bhatti and Samit Patra. 1 minute. You know what has happened today. You know what has happened today. The problem is, can you be silent for a while? Can someone watching the debate tell these two gentlemen, you know something, you don't want to debate. I know you don't. Both of you have come there. You know, you don't want to debate. Because you see what happens.
You don't have argument.
You see what happens.
You don't have narrative today.
You see, with three sentences each, these two children have destroyed your argument. You have no moral fiber. You understand? Now let me argue this. General Bakshi, I'll take the debate forward right now with Aishwarya Bhatti, John Dayal and Samit Patra. You know what happens? And by the way, Preeti and Prabhav, can I tell you what's happening right now? You know why they are so perturbed? Children, can I tell you? They are perturbed because in your simplicity and with your grace, you have shown them the mirror. And they don't like to see their own faces in the mirror, metaphorically, on this subject. Now my question is very simple. John Dayal, we access a 66-page petition
It's your army
that Major Aditya's father filed in the Supreme Court. And when he filed that petition, when Major Aditya's father filed that petition, we said, great, wow, this is the moment. This is the fight back we need to expose the whole lot of you out there. The whole lot of you who got away by abusing our army men regularly. And he has asked some scathing questions, and Aishwarya Bhatti and Samit will debate with you on the subject. Aishwarya, I'll go through the questions here. They are so logical, viewers, so straight, so simple, so well-meaning. Question number 1, viewers, and I'm asking you today. Can a serving army personnel in Jammu and Kashmir be held individually for acts done in good faith that are carried out as part of his duty? Fantastic question. Can you explain that point to John Dayal so you can pulverize him at the start? And let's see if he has the right to respond. Aishwarya, he has the right to respond, whether he has the ability to respond. Aishwarya Bhatti, question number 1. Can a serving army personnel, and I put these questions on the screen right now because I want you to tweet on the subject. Can a serving army personnel in Jammu and Kashmir be held individually for acts done in good faith that are carried out as part of his duty? Aishwarya, simplify that.
Yes, absolutely, Arnab. I think the petition that has been filed by Colonel Karamveer Singh today on behalf of Major Aditya is not only very, very eloquent, but it's a very loud cry to remind everybody that Indian Army officers and soldiers who are exercising their bona fide duties, protecting the dignity of the Indian flag, do not give up their fundamental rights. They have the same guarantee which is constitutionally guaranteed to every citizen, which is the right to life. Exactly. And when they are exercising their bona fide duties, which completely relates to protecting the sovereignty and integrity of the country, then FIRs cannot be lodged, leaving aside people who are actually perpetrators of the terrorist activities, the actions which are terrorist actions and anti-national actions. Then how can you have an FIR against the person who's heading the convoy?
Absolutely.
This not only has a very numbing impact on the morale of the forces, but it goes to jeopardize the very national security and integrity that the soldier lays his life down to protect.
Viewers, on this fight back, Samit is still to come into the debate. But I would like to follow this up with a second question for John Dayal, who's looking a little worried because he has no answer in response. Do those serving in the armed forces in Jammu and Kashmir not deserve protection from terrorist activities committed against them? And I would list in the list of terrorist activities some cowards in Kashmir, some cowards with a capital C, who kick and heckle. 1 minute, who kick and heckle and physically abuse I'll show the pictures. Honorable members of the military and paramilitary of the great nation of India serving in those hostile regions. And they are being kicked and abused. I call this terrorist activity too. I don't want my soldier to be beaten. I don't want someone wearing an Indian Army or paramilitary uniform to get thrashed by a bunch of cowards just because they know that these honorable men will not shoot them back in response today. Because if they do, then people like John Dayal will come out and shout human rights. So my second question is, do those serving in the armed forces in J&K not deserve protection from terroristic atrocities committed against them? Debating with him will be Sambit Patra, but first John Dayal.
If you'll give me 30 seconds, I'll take half of them to congratulate these two fine young citizens of India.
Come to the point.
For their presentation in this debate. They have shown remarkable finesse, they've shown great manners, and they've shown great tact. I wish they had not.
Take away the word tact. There's no tact in this. There's no tact in this. You keep your tact for yourself, sir. Please, sir. He shows no tact. They speak from the heart. These children are not using tact. Take back those words, John Dayal. Do not patronize these children. I object. They don't use tact. Please be careful with the use of your words. Please, now continue. Now continue. Now continue.
Singularly, absolutely, and totally to blame. No other person shares that blame. They must accept the blame and bring this issue to the only way it can come to a closure.
No answer.
They must take action to see that those FIRs are given the treatment
Is he answering Ahmed answer? No answers.
This is for the Chief Minister,
Arnab, let me come in over here.
The Home Minister, and
you know what? You know what, Captain? You know what? Major Aditya's father asks a question. Don't give me that complicated human rights garble. Major, with respect to you, sir, you're a very senior man. I respect you. Don't mind the use of the word garble. But that's exactly what my sentiment towards what you're saying is. The Major Aditya's father asks a simple question. And he asks the following question. Viewers tweet, call. Tonight, I feel like opening the phone lines on the program. The question is simple, Sambit. Major Aditya's father asks, are those who are serving in the armed forces in Jammu and Kashmir perceived as the enemy of the state and its agencies? And is that used as a basis to assume that they are always the villains and don't deserve any protection because of that assumption? You see, for people like John Dayal, the Indian Army is always the villain. People like John Dayal will enjoy the protection given to him by the Indian Army, but abuse him in five-star seminars in foreign capitals. Sambit, please.
Are our children.
Please, Sambit.
Children of Indian farmers.
Mr. Dayal, I heard you. I did not shout in the middle. Arnab has just called you a respected gentleman, which I reflect, so I firmly believe you would allow me to complete a few sentences.
Go on.
Arnab, in fact, Mr. John Dayal's first part of question, Mr. John Dayal's first part of the question deserves an answer, because at the end of the day, we are in coalition with the government there. If the father of this great Major Aditya is listening to us, I can only say to him that I salute you, sir, for the kind of bravery that your son has shown, for the kind of step that you have taken. I'm a very small being as far as politics
Again, he's going on, both of them in the middle.
Hands, I can assure you, the FIR would be taken off. The FIR would be taken off. The FIR, those two Gaddars, can these two Gaddars be quiet? I am talking to the family of Major Aditya. Will you please stop? I'm talking to the family of Major Aditya. Will these two Gaddars stop shouting? Can these two Gaddars stop? I will explain everything. And I am first talking to the family. They are listening over here. I know very well. So let me tell you, though the FIR is in name of the platoon, the FIR would be black. The FIR is of no consequence. Even if the FIR was put, the FIR is of no consequence, because we have Armed Forces Special Protection Act in place in Jammu and Kashmir. But let me tell you, there has been effort. Will you गद्दार चुप रहोगे आप लोग? ये दोनों गद्दार चुप होंगे? ये दोनों गद्दार चुप होंगे? You were asking Arnab to come in the army fatigue. I ask you, go and come in your terrorist fatigue. Go and come into terrorist fatigue. Don't terrorize us over here. Don't shout over here. Gaddar, बैठ जाओ, Gaddar. Don't shout. These two Gaddar India का खाते हैं, पाकिस्तान का खाते हैं. अरे इंडिया का खाते हैं, पाकिस्तान. बैठो Gaddar. चिल्लाओ मत.
क्या खाया है?
Look at them, Arnab. They will throw stones. They will throw stones on the streets. They will throw stones on the debate. What do you want to do with these people? These people should be thrown out of the debate.
And oppose the FIR which you have lodged there.
These two Gaddars.
Ahmed Ayaz, be careful of the choice of your words and of your facts tonight. Be careful, sir.
No, I'm very careful.
No more crossing the line with our soldiers.
I'm very careful.
Sir.
And I don't know how Patra is coming and talking in the TV channels.
Well,
he's there in the government lodges an FIR. And comes with the
I am saying that the FIR would be withdrawn. FIR would be withdrawn. How dare you say that there should be an FIR against a serving army officer? He is the one for whom you are safe. He is the one for whom you are debating. Or else these militants would not allow you to debate from Jammu and Kashmir. Look at these Ehsan Faramosh people. Ehsan Faramosh.
Yeah,
you are debating only because the army stands guard at the border.
You are a super nationalist. Lodging the FIRs there and...
We are nationalists, sir. We are nationalists. Our heart bleeds for the army, and I am telling you, the FIR would be back, and the FIR is of no consequence because there would be no inquiry.
A further question. One minute. GD Bakshi. A further question. Aishwarya Bhatti can come into the debate. And a further question which emerges. Let Aishwarya debate, please, for a while. If you let her speak, you know what, Inam and Babar Qadri are so scared today. Inam and Babar Qadri are so scared that Aishwarya will speak a word, and they are so scared of these two children that they are going on hysterically non-stop. I feel sorry for them.
And they are making the father of the army officer.
What is he shouting about? What is he saying? What is Babar Qadri saying? Babar, have you stopped shouting?
I am telling you, for armed forces, there are already protections available under AFSAPA. Why you need to go to Human Rights Commission? Human rights as a student of law is meant for the civilian people.
Richie, I want to ask you one thing. Hello. You're an ignorant man. Much as I do not want to insult you personally, you are an ignorant man. You are an ignorant man.
Go through human law.
You are an ignorant man. You are an ignorant man with a capital I. And you are foolish as well. The two children want to make a point to you. The two children. I would like to welcome Preeti and Prabhav. Will you be quiet, please, both of you? Tonight, be quiet. Be quiet. Because I'll be quiet for Preeti and Prabhav. They want to say something to you. Preeti and Prabhav, listen, first of all, I want you to show these two kids a little bit of respect, okay? And when they are speaking, they both have their hands up. They want to say something. But India wants to listen to them. India wants to listen to them. I want to listen to them. Okay, so Preeti and Prabha will make them stop shouting first. Listen.
Leave Kashmir as soon as possible because you have no legal rights.
I would like to state here the Geneva Convention, which clearly states that human rights are inalienable, which means that a soldier or an officer donning a uniform does not strip him of his human rights.
For civilians of the territory.
What are you saying? She's teaching you the law.
Uniform bars that.
It is not that human rights are only for civilians.
Just give me the
human
law.
rights are the right for everyone. Just because the soldier dons a uniform does not mean he's stripped of his human rights. He has his rights.
I want to make a point. Lieutenant General Arnab Goswami, these kids will slap and drag you the day they will come to know what you have done with Kashmiri people. These two kids will slap you.
The problem is, Inam, you are too. GD Bakshi is saying something to you. GD is saying something to you. Be quiet, yeah, Inam. Be quiet. Viewers, tweet out in support for these children. Tweet in support of Karambir Singh. I also want to say I am so proud today. I am so absolutely proud today. I am so proud, and I want you to be quiet and show a little humility. Listen to me, you're screaming. Nobody listens to you anymore. Nobody takes you seriously anymore. I am proud of Colonel Karambir Singh, father of Major Aditya. I am proud of him. We're all proud of him. And I hope he's watching tonight. And now I want to raise the next question. Aishwarya, thank you. 1 minute. Aishwarya, a question which is appropriate, and I thank God is asked tonight. It's GD Baksh. Okay, gentlemen, GD.
Arnab, please stop
GD. This hysterical duo has no arguments. They are trying to turn this debate into a comedy show. I have seen this Babar Qadri with all his 32 teeth bared, smiling like an ignoramus or some demented half-wit. There are these poor children who are, look, you need to go and see a psychiatrist, all right?
But I respect your age.
You have to see a psychiatrist. You have to see a psychiatrist, all right? You are acting erratic and absolutely irrational.
Occupier has no legitimacy and moral character.
Instead of showing them some consideration,
I want to go to my next point.
What kind of people you are?
Okay. Ahmad Ayaz, I'm going to take them out for a while. 1 minute. I'll give them a little break.
We are not on a comedy show.
We'll rest them for a bit.
I am not on a comedy show. I will not have these people disrupt this show.
I want to go to Ahmad Ayaz and John Dayal. Ahmad Ayaz and John Dayal, a question raised by Aishwarya. Question raised by Aishwarya. Can I just have them please rest these two for a while? A question raised by Aishwarya. Aishwarya asks a question that just because an officer is still serving in the armed forces in Jammu and Kashmir, does an officer following the rule book on unlawful activities deserve to be punished for it with an FIR by the miscreants and the terrorists themselves? You have an answer, John Dayal? You don't. Next question. Is the life, limb and property...
From the day the FIR was lodged, what answer does the government and the ruling parties give? I quite agree with you. I think all of us are on the same side.
No, we're not.
What demented politics.
No, summit.
That
no, we're not.
I will answer.
No, we are not.
Files an FIR.
Arnab, allow me to come in. Let me answer in all earnest. Arnab, there has been an effort in this country and all the parties together. Remember when this whole issue was discussed on the floor of the assembly in Jammu and Kashmir, NC, PDP and Congress, all three of them wanted to name Major Aditya in the FIR. It was only the Bharatiya Janata Party, despite our alliance with the PDP. It was the MLAs of the BJP which ran to the well saying that no, this cannot be done. Well, you are absolutely right and you have the right to ask us a question that though we are in alliance with the PDP, why an FIR? Let me answer that, Arnab. I don't want to run away. The issue is the NC, the PDP, they all have behaved in a particular manner in the valley. The Bharatiya Janata Party is the only party which has stood like a firm rock with the Indian Army. Be it OROP, be it the rights of the army. Let me pledge today, the BJP will never run away from the army. The BJP will always support the issue of army.
No, but don't make it a political issue because I am not interested in a political issue.
As far as the morale of army is concerned, yes, I am also not interested.
No. I want to ask.
These people, John Dayal, a great advocacy, has a great advocacy for human rights. How many times the human rights people have spoken about the rights of army men? Have you ever heard the NHRC, the Human Rights Commission of this country, speaking about the rights of army men? No.
Not once.
They would speak about all kind of people. They would speak about the stone throwers, as to why the stone throwers' right is not protected. They would speak about the criminals in Uttar Pradesh, but they would not speak about an army man.
Can I Sambit, 1 minute. I want to intervene at this stage. I wish to intervene. I wish to intervene to make a point in honor of John Dayal. 1 minute. John Dayal, 1 minute. John Dayal, sir, I want to make a point. I want to make a point about you, sir. About you. I want to say something about you. John Dayal, I want to say something about you. I want to, sir. I need to say something about you in order to expose your blatant and absolute hypocrisy. Sir, if you would allow me to expose your hypocrisy for a while, I think the nation wants to listen to me.
If you don't allow,
I think the nation wants to listen to me exposing you. John Dayal. John
of the
Dayal,
borders.
John Dayal,
Respect him.
John Dayal.
You have nothing
John
but
Dayal.
contempt for the soldier.
John Dayal, I'll tell you.
treat him
John Dayal,
like an
you are
instrument of
always
war.
extremely concerned. Listen to me
That's
now.
why we have this crisis
Okay,
today.
John. Okay,
Remove
John.
that FIR.
John,
It's
I
for
don't want to shout over
sign
you.
a signature
I
and remove
will
it.
expose
Who's
you with
stopping you?
ease. Just a while. John Dayal, now don't speak while I'm speaking. Okay? You are extremely concerned about your own safety. Proof of which is the fact that in 2015 you wrote a letter to the Commissioner of the Delhi Police saying, save me, give me security, give me protection. The same Indian state, by the way, which he abuses. Give me protection. You wrote to Bassi saying, I faced an organized attack.
It doesn't act when people's lives
Listen to me, yeah?
The damn
Listen
police
to
have
me.
not acted.
Listen
That's the
to
whole
me.
Point. That's the whole point.
You abuse the forces and seek protection.
I complained twice to
You
the police that
complain
people are
because
threatening
anytime
me with
that
my
you
life,
fear,
and the police doesn't
anytime
act.
you fear a
can't
threat to
say
your
a
physical
civilian,
safety,
you can't
you demand
say a
security.
soldier, shame
But
on
you, John
Shame on
Dayal,
the state,
you, John
which
Dayal, are
can't
the same
save a
person.
civilian
Let's run those
and can't
pictures
save
now
a
of our
soldier.
soldiers being attacked.
What have you got?
You know what John Dayal does, viewers? If he faces
You
a
can't
threat to
save the
himself,
soldier,
he
you
writes
can't
like
save
he
the
should.
civilian.
He says, I need
Aren't you
security.
ashamed of
My
yourself?
question is, and the nation wants to know from John Dayal, that when you want security from the government of India, why should the Indian army not get security while serving the motherland in Jammu and Kashmir? Don't be a hypocrite, John Dayal. I just exposed you. You realize that? Now, next question is to Inamun Nabi. Let me expose him too.
Yourself. That is what I'm saying.
I will
The
expose your
government
hypocrisy, sir.
has failed in its duty
GD Bakshi is saying
to provide
something. GD Bakshi is
security
saying something to
the
GD.
soldier.
GD, he's
the
not getting the point.
government has failed to
Arnab.
provide me security.
GD, he's
That's
not getting
it.
the point.
The government
Arnab,
fails.
John Dayal, can I kindly make my...
You're not
make
getting
a,
the point. You
have
just
I say-
exposed yourself.
Excuse me. John Dayal, I think it is only right, it behoves you to let the others also take part in the debate. Arnab, I would like to point out that the Armed Forces Special Powers Act is in vogue in Jammu and Kashmir. Section 4 of this act is quite clear.
Absolutely.
It provides legal protection to all soldiers engaged in bona fide military duty and acting in good faith. Then no FIR can be registered against them except with the express written concurrence of the central government. I would like to know how this FIR has been filed by the state government, number one. Number two, Arnab, the fact of the matter is that the state government released 9,747 stone pelters. 9,747 stone pelters were released by the state government. 5 days later, they attack an army convoy, damage 4 trucks and wound 7 soldiers.
What's he saying?
They are trying to kill one JCO. When this force retaliates in self-defense, stop getting hysterical. You need to see a doctor. You will burst a blood vessel, Baba Kadri. You are now making a joke of
Whether he is a serving or retired officer, there is an FIR against you as well. Mr. GD Bakshi, there is an FIR against you as well.
You can shove it
Law will
where the
take
sun
its own
don't
course.
shine.
Law will take its own course.
You can shove
Your
it
hands are
where
soaked with the
sun
blood of
don't
innocent
shine.
Kashmiris.
Now
Your
listen to me.
hands are soaked
You are making a
JD Bakshi, please. I will not allow the heckling.
Kashmiri cause before the whole nation. You are making a spectacle of yourself before the whole nation.
Sambit wants to say something to you. Sambit.
These stone pelters that have been released.
Sambit.
These stone pelters that have been released Arnab, are the people who were disrupting military operations against the terrorists.
Sambit.
They were trying to help the terrorists escape.
Yeah.
The NIA has clearly pointed out that they were taking money. The Hurriyat was paying them money.
Okay, now I want to...
How have they been released?
Inam.
They were being paid by
Inam, a question is this.
And
my view is simple,
ISI
General
money
Bakshi.
was being
General
routed
Bakshi,
to
General
these
Bakshi.
stone pelters.
General Bakshi, I would fight as much as I need to, and all of us will.
How you make difference?
With Major Aditya. With Major Aditya. Will you not scream and speak when you're spoken to?
General Bakshi.
Will you speak when you're spoken to?
Bakshi
I'm
different than
speaking to you
General
now, Babar. So show me the respect and listen to me.
Yes, I tell you, how General Tyre is different than General Bakshi's and likes.
You are being deranged tonight. You are acting deranged.
He killed unarmed Indians.
You are acting deranged.
No,
I will not let General Bakshi, don't waste your breath on him. General Bakshi, stay away from this. Sambit is on the debate. General Bakshi, don't engage him. Don't engage him. He's lost his mind. He has lost his mind. Sambit is on the debate.
General Bakshi, wait, let me handle this Gaddar. General Bakshi, wait, relax, rest. We are there to handle this Gaddar. Hey, Gaddar, बैठ जाओ Gaddar. अरे इंडिया का खा के यहाँ के चिल्लाता है. ये जो घर में बैठा है, ये जो कपड़ा पहना है ना, ये इंडिया का है. जाओ पाकिस्तान. अरे गद्दारों, इस डिबेट के बाद अपना सामान लेके पाकिस्तान जाओ, भागो. यहाँ बैठ के यहाँ जनरल बख्शी के खिलाफ
आपको निकलना है. आपको निकलना है.
Arnab, don't call these schools to the debate. These people are least concerned. These people are least concerned with Kashmir or the army. These people are the citizens of Pakistan collecting money from Pakistan.
I wish you 1 minute. Aishwarya and Ahmad Ayaz. 1 second. Aishwarya and Ahmad Ayaz on the debate. Aishwarya and Ahmad Ayaz are on the debate. Aishwarya and Ahmad Ayaz are on the debate. Ahmad Ayaz, my question to you is this.
If you allow me, I just want to make
I wish to go to Aishwarya, who's making a serious point right now.
I have a very simple point.
Aishwarya.
I want to make 2 quick points.
Listen to Aishwarya and then
Indian Army is amongst the most professional and most respected armies in the world. There is absolutely no doubt about that. And when, Indian Army soldiers and officers who are performing their bona fide military duties, Army is not supposed to operate in civilian areas. They operate in civilian areas where the civilian government requests for them. And then Special Powers Act is there. So the entire regime is laid down. You can't expect that soldiers and officers come there to lay their life to protect the sovereignty and integrity of the country. And the people who stole them, who lynched them, who heckled them.
Ahmad Ayaz, listen to me. Ahmad Ayaz. In the Ahmad Ayaz, I wish to describe something to you. Mr. Ayaz, let's debate this. Colonel Karambir Singh, and my question to you is to you, Ahmad Ayaz. Colonel Karambir Singh, to you and John Dayal, in his petition to the top court, today claimed that, quote, it is perfectly justifiable, therefore, for the army as a whole, as well as the families of each and every serving officer to feel that they are being treated as dispensable pawns in the game played by the various political entities operating in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. So the very basic question is this: are there no human rights for soldiers? Now I want to play this video. Listen to me. I'll play the video, both of you on both sides. I'll play the video. Okay. I'm off the screen and I want to describe what happened. This video had gone viral on the social media in last April. Duty-bound CRPF personnel were being kicked and heckled by unidentified Kashmiris who are also heard asking them today's India, go back, go back. My question to you is, what is the recourse for these people in uniform? What are their human rights? What is their dignity? And what is the human value? Please explain to me. Because people like Kavita Krishnan say the government of India's record on torture is a cruel joke. My question to people like you is, where is your rhetoric and your sanctimony when these cruel joke terrorists like Abu Dujan, the games that they play in Kashmir needs to be discussed? You speak today of the No, I haven't completed. I'm speaking over the audio. Listen to me. You speak, and people like Arundhati Roy talk about the militaristic suppression of a people's struggle for freedom. My question is not about Bayub Pandit, not only about Major Aditya and what he's been through. My question is, who is being suppressed right now? The fathers of the heroes and the children of the heroes are asking you right now. Give us our rights back. Give us our rights back. You don't expect them to ask. You don't expect them to ask.
Politicians ruling us who can't defend us, who can't defend the soldiers that they bring into this situation.
No.
That he will perform, he will act beyond the rule book. He is to perform within the assigned duty, within the
and may I ask you, Sambit is on the debate.
He cannot work. He cannot.
May I ask you?
Cannot be
No,
May I
want
ask
to
you?
oppose him.
No.
beyond the rule
Submit.
book?
1 minute. Submit. 1 minute. Submit before you come in. Before you come in, using that argument. 1 minute. Using that argument. Viewers, please tweet on the subject. Submit before you come in. I want to ask you, Ahmad Ayaz, listen to me. I will use your logic on you. Sorry, Ahmad Ayaz. Now I'm in the debate. Listen to me. I will use my logic, your logic on you. Now listen to me carefully. Your problem today with the Indian Army is that they picked up the gun in self-defense. Therefore, will you declare that it was a problem when Burhan Wani willingly picked up the gun for the Hizbul Mujahideen to kill Kashmiris and Indians? Not even in self-defense? Why is one the devil and the other the hero for you? 1 minute.
These are two different.
Oh, now you're going to run away. Now you're going to run away.
Different incidents.
No, you don't like tough questions. You don't like real questions. You cannot face real questions. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Now my second question to John Dayal. May I have the pleasure of exposing John Dayal next? Sambit, 1 minute. Sambit, I'm into the debate. I'm in the debate. I'll let you come in, but Sambit. I'm provoked beyond measure today. Sambit, I'm provoked beyond measure. I'm provoked beyond measure. I look at these kids and I ask myself why we did not write these letters when we saw parents in army uniform serving, and then we also saw Indian Army personnel, their rights being violated in Jammu and Kashmir. 1 second. My question to John Dayal is this. John Dayal, you know the problem?
So what is
you know
John
what
Dayal
the problem is?
holding a
No, John
missile or
Dayal, I'll tell you what. Viewers, John Dayal's problem is simple. John Dayal feels that if an Indian army fires a gun in self-defense in Shopian, it's terrible, violation of human rights. But the same John Dayal writes a letter saying that a man who in a terrorist attack attacked the Parliament of India called Afzal Guru, that when we hang him, we violate his human rights. So he feels that a terrorist called Afzal Guru has human rights.
Oh my God.
But Major Aditya has no human rights. Exposed. No. You wrote the letter. You wrote the letter. I told you yesterday. You wrote the letter. You want me to expose you more? Okay, I will.
I oppose
capital
punishment.
I will.
And
So you oppose capital punishment, but you believe an Indian army officer.
Governments.
May I ask you, John Dayal, in which world are you living? Okay, Sambit will respond. But tell me one thing: when Major Aditya faces a deranged and violent mob in Jammu and Kashmir, who can take away his gun and shoot him at close range, what is his right to self-defense? Sambit is on the debate.
John Dayal, my question to you is, are you supportive of the step taken by Major Litul Gogoi? Do you declare today on Republic channel that what was done by Litul Gogoi was right? Because I remember I had been with a debate on you on this very channel, and you had said that Major Litul Gogoi should not have done what he did.
Come on.
John Dayal, answer this specifically.
He should not have done.
I stand with Litul Gogoi. Do you stand with Litul Gogoi or not?
He should not have done.
But here is the exposer. Here is the real John Dayal. Here is the real John Dayal.
Ahmad Ayaz, okay, those two are back.
The life of Litul Gogoi, who has no respect for the life of Major Aditya. All he has is respect for these terrorists. All that he has is respect for Yaqub Memon. He has respect for Afzal Guru, but not for Major Aditya.
I can't hear them.
You have been exposed enough. You all have been exposed
That's what
enough.
a soldier does.
Don't try.
You will never
Don't
understand.
try anymore.
You're a politician.
I'm not behind a false wheel.
A man
There you are
must live.
glorifying.
Okay, the two of them will submit.
You are not a politician. You are. Stop showing that missile of yours. Stop! ये बंद कर दीजिए. ये ऐसा बंद कर दीजिए. You have been exposed tonight.
Mortal remains of Shahid Afzal Guru and Shahid Mehbooba.
Take him off. Take them off.
बैठ जाओ दोनों गद्दार. बैठ जाओ. आवाज मत निकालना. बैठ जाओ दोनों गद्दार. बैठो. ये सारा कपड़ा इंडिया का पहने हुए हैं. सोफा इंडिया का, पर्दा इंडिया का, कैमरा इंडिया का, और यहाँ दोनों गद्दार.
On a serious note.
भागो पाकिस्तान, चले जाओ.
I am not a Gaddar. I'm not a Gaddar.
Now
don't
listen.
insult yourself.
Now listen.
Semi-Gaddar.
Okay. 1 second. By the way, this gentleman Inamun Nabi who's shouting too much, I'll tell you something about Inamun Nabi. Inamun Nabi has a leader called Engineer Rashid. Do you know what a fraud Engineer Rashid is on issues? Engineer Rashid says, I want to inform the whole nation that I'm not scared of police officials. They will be held responsible if any untoward incident occurs with me. Now the question is, he's very concerned about his own security, which he should be. And he seeks security. And he also takes a salary from the taxpayer of India. Like this gentleman, Babar Qadri earns a living swearing by the Constitution of India in the morning for his livelihood and abusing it at night.
But I have respect and regard
You are
for
nothing but an opportunist. You are a mercenary.
I strongly condemn.
You are a mercenary. Now my question is, my question is, simply put.
I am not associated with Engineer Rashid, but I strongly condemn the arrogant behavior of police towards Engineer Rashid.
Well. You know something. Simple question tonight, and this debate, I'm so glad that it happened today.
Please return mortar remains of Afzal Guru.
When the petition says, and you will not like what I'm about to say, when the petition says, Aishwarya, that in the Shopian incident, army men were made targets of the unlawful assembly's rage and lack of basic human morality, what is wrong? What is wrong if they fired in self-defense? There's nothing wrong with it. G.D. Bakshi, tell them the truth. There is nothing wrong if the Indian army fired in self-defense. Absolutely nothing wrong. If it is an act to preserve their lives, there is nothing wrong. Babar,
He would not have been
they have exercised the right to private self-defense, which every Indian has.
They are protecting the authority of Union of India.
I want to say at the very end.
Can I please say something today?
Please go on, sir. Say something to the two kids out there.
I would like to be heard without the heckling.
Young panelists.
Arnab, can I please?
Please on.
Arnab, go on. Arnab, today is a very sad day. Arnab, please let me speak without being heckled by these two traitors.
Go on, sir. Speak to them. Speak to the children.
Arnab, today is a very sad and a very poignant day. Our children have had to raise their voices to protect their fathers who are bound by the law, who have been on the receiving end. What for? For defending their country, for defending their nation, for putting their life on the line for you and for me. They are the people who will be brought before the courts, and the 9,747 stone pelters who disrupted our operations will be released. Not an FIR will be filed against them. How far will you mollycoddle people like these two? How long will this country have to suffer?
Not
How long
long.
will we have to suffer?
Not long.
Do
Not
you
long.
understand the anguish of a father?
Not long, General Bakshi. General Bakshi, you said, General Bakshi, you said today how long, and I would say to you not long, and the reason I say not long is because Preeti and Prabhav, besides just being proud children of Indian Army officers, are also representative of a new generation, which is simply saying to everyone who rebels in the dispute, we have had enough. Proud of you, Preeti and Prabhav, and to everyone for joining us on the debate. Thank you for joining me till tomorrow evening, ladies and gentlemen, when I'll be back at 9 p.m. Good night and goodbye.